This meeting has been ended by host, so let me press join a meeting.
No, I've sent you a new link, so go to your email.
Is it working?
Yes, now it's working. Now we're going.
Oh, that's funny because I've got a little tiny picture of me in the corner today.
Yep.
Which is I quite like that.
You like the tiny picture of you? Why?
Because then I can't see myself.
Wait, you can't see yourself at all?
Yeah, I can see, but it's just like a little postage stamp about that big. It's lovely.
Sure, it's lovely.
I can do it bigger. There's a plus or a minus, but I'm not going to touch it. Just in
Whatever
case.
your setup is, I feel good about it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to do anything with it then. I'll just leave it.
Don't do anything.
No.
When it comes to you and technology and we have something working, that's the mantra.
I know. But are you happy with the background? Did Nick told me to shut the door, to remember to shut the door.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a nice background.
It's a nice
Believe it or not, a lot of people don't pay attention to that part for you. They think they look at you, not your background. So when you had the painting falling on your head, nobody really thought much of it.
Well, the next time I set it up in the dining room.
Why? What is this? What is this insatiable quest for the perfect backdrop?
Well, it's just more interesting, isn't it, to have a different background, don't you think?
I know, as someone who's been super consistent with my background, no.
No.
I've never changed anything.
No, yours is nice. What are those little pictures at the back? Those
are Jose. Those are little Jose's.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they're fan art.
Oh, are they?
Fan art, or as we call it, fart in the business.
But that one that's like that. Looks like a necklace.
That's an international symbol of Jose. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Good. What's new? What's been happening?
Well,
anything? A lot of snow.
We had loads of snow again. It was awful.
And you love the cold.
Oh, I hate
Love it. Oh, you hate it. Oh, that's weird.
You know I don't.
Oh, and you don't like the snow either, because that is.
No.
Yes.
It restricts it just stops everything. And where I am, I'm in such a little quiet cul-de-sac. They don't clean the roads here like they used to in Wisconsin. I mean, I didn't like the Wisconsin winters, but one of the advantages was, do you remember the plows used to wait?
Yes, I remember. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, how did you say cul-de-sac? Say it again.
Cul-de-sac.
Oh, so it is the same. I wasn't sure if that was one of those swappy words. Yeah.
Those words. I think it's French, isn't it?
It sounds very French. Yes, it was named after Jacques Cul-de-sac. The man who said, no, I don't want any streets to connect to this one. It should just be a circle. They were like, all right, Jack, whatever you think. And then they were like, here it is, a cul-de-sac. And he goes, oh, it's perfect. Yes, and it's perfect for people who need to make U-turns. Now, there's a lot of words like that. I always struggle with basil. I never know which is which.
Americans say basil.
Yes.
The British say basil.
But then herb and herb, that's another one where I always go, I don't know which is which.
Well, herb in England, but I've got a funny feeling that herb would be French, wouldn't it?
Oh, here we go again. Are you working for the French in some capacity? You're just putting you're putting the French flag in every statement so far.
I am, aren't I? And I'm giving
you're a real Jacques Cul-de-sac.
And I do like France.
How about a couple more words like that? I'll say the American and you say the English.
Right.
Urinal.
Urinal.
It just sounds crazy. It sounds like you're telling someone they're anal. Urinal. You are urinal. You are.
But you've got to remember that I may not pronounce it the way that other people do it.
I would say that's how the English do it. What about aluminum? That's my favorite one.
Aluminium.
Just crazy.
But it's spelt differently.
No,
yours is spelled. It is. Yours is spelled
ALUNIM. ALINUM.
Yes.
No, that's not right.
No, and here is ALUMINIO. Aluminium. Should I go and get my foil?
Don't go get anything. No, you stay there. Last thing we need is you going to the kitchen getting pears dictionary or something like that. So we now can agree that the spelling gene is strong in our family.
I used to be quite good at spelling. I can't quite remember now. Wait a minute. A-L-U.
It would be I-A-L-I. No, I guess it would be A-L-U-M and then minimum. So A-L-U-M-I-N.
I-O-N.
No, you fucked me up. No, you spelled something crazy. All right, well, we tried.
Okay.
We tried to spell.
All right, I've got one for you.
All right,
then.
go ahead.
Cedric.
Cedric? Oh, Cedric. What about escargot? Is it escargot or is it escargot?
No, it's escargot here, the same.
It is.
Escargot.
Okay.
But that's a French word, isn't it?
Oh, Mom, what is your deal?
It's because they're
Do you
snail.
have a deal with the French?
The English word is snail.
Yes, of course. And they come out often during all the precipitous months. So I know that you have said that at times you're go, oh, we need to do more stuff on this. You're like the network, right? You're like the network with notes.
Yes.
You have many notes about, what you think we need on this show. You don't think this is enough, in other words.
No.
This dynamic to you, not serviceable enough for its own series.
Well, I think it's really nice, but
Right.
I think it needs a bit of oomph, bit of spark to go.
Well,
with
you know what they used to do. They used to, like, a television show would be good for a while, and then all of a sudden they would go, and say their 4th or 5th season, like Growing Pains or something, and then all of a sudden they would go, oh, there's a rating slump, and we need like some new blood in this, and so then all of a sudden they bring in a new character, and then the new character is sort of like, hey, what's up? It's me, the new guy. Like on Growing Pains, it was Leonardo DiCaprio. So I thought that we could have
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yes, someone who would come in and who will be our Leo, and this is a guest. So we have a guest star, and I've had the guest star put a bag over their head so that you can sort of try to guess who our guest star is. So if we are Growing Pains, this is our Leo moment. So, Mom, under that bag is someone Who do you think is under that bag? You can ask me a question. I'll give you a yes or no answer.
Is it an old friend of yours from Cedarburg Road?
No, it's not a Milwaukee friend. No, it's not.
It's not Milwaukee. Is it somebody from your local area, Los Angeles?
Yes. This is someone who's been in my orbit in Los Angeles. That's another word we say differently. Los Angeles, Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, yes. Does he sell wine?
How do you know it's a he?
Oh.
It is a he, but good guess. He does not sell wine. He drinks it. He drinks voluminous amounts of wine. Yeah, see, you can see with the gesture, this is a person who drinks, yeah.
Have I met him?
Yes.
Oh, is it Dave?
No. Now it's someone who's getting sweaty under a bag. Come on, you've got to get going. Who do you think?
Wait a minute. Nick.
No, it's not your other son, Nick. No.
Have I met him a lot?
Yes. When you've come to Los Angeles, we've had lunch together.
Oh, Steve Berg.
Oh, shucky ducky.
Yeah.
Hello, Steve.
How are you doing, darling?
I'm awfully well. How are you?
Good. You look like $1 million.
Well, yeah, the dollar's gone down, hasn't it?
No, the dollar's gone up in my world. Look at you. How that is so good to see you.
Steve, welcome to PAMdemic. You are our first non-family guest.
Wow, I am truly honored. Hello, Gareth. You're looking great as well.
Steven, you look fantastic.
I
Lovely.
see you got your mother's genes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Pam,
Steve, you look like you've had a haircut, I think, since I saw you.
Well, you haven't seen him in a couple years. So I think that would be safe to say since then he's had a haircut.
Yeah, I'm growing up a little bit, Pam. I'm
Yeah.
growing
Good
up a
for
little
you.
bit. You know, no
Don't
more
grow
of
up,
the.
don't grow up too much.
I
It's not-
won't. I won't. Only just a little bit. Do you mind if I ask Pam some questions?
Go ahead, Stephen,
Gareth?
please.
Are you in
Yeah.
Are you in Stourbridge right now?
I'm in Stourbridge. Yes, I am. Steve.
Fantastic. Was that okay to give away the location, Gareth?
Yes, that's okay, Stephen. My mother's not
No.
on that level yet.
I
No,
always,
Steve.
I'm
No,
fascinated
no.
on where people come from and their culture. And sometimes Gareth doesn't have all the answers I'm looking for. But since you are more of a Stourbridge local, I'm wondering who is the most famous person to ever come out of Stourbridge?
Oh, well, wait a minute. Let me think. I'll tell you somebody.
There's someone who hangs out in Stourbridge a lot.
Oh yes, Robert Plant.
He's always hanging out.
Ooh, okay. That's pretty
He's
cool.
always down at one of the pubs, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. When
I
I
mean,
was a
that's legit.
kid, my cousin and I missed playing laser tag against Robert Plant by one group of people.
That would have been life-changing.
Oh, been unbelievable. And we were like 12 and he was probably 50.
And that's right in the Zeppelin age, like 12, but that's right when you start getting into like real
Yeah,
music.
right. Yeah. I was
Yeah,
probably in my
I
Doors
actually have
phase.
taste now.
I was in my Doors double disc greatest hits phase, ramping up to Zeppelin.
Then you hear Black Dog and it's all different from there.
Yeah, exactly. Now, Steve, go ahead, Mommy.
I'd like to hear what Pam says.
I want to give you another person, and I can't think of his name, but he writes the
This
Mr.
is that
Men
famous.
books.
He writes what?
He writes the Mr. Men books.
Mr.
Mr.
Men. I don't, but that sounds like the most British title ever.
Mr. Men books. The Mr. Men books are hilarious. It's where it would be like Mr. Grumpy, Mr. Clumsy, and it would just be a little story about this person. So again, my mother, there's Robert Plant, and then the guy who wrote those, whose name escapes everybody. Now, what we normally do on the show, Steve, is we go through pictures, which we'll do in a minute. But I thought it might be good to catch you up a little bit on what goes on in Pam's world in Stourbridge, just so you know, things we've established on this show already. So the biggest thing is that my mother has an affinity for scrumping or gleaning or stealing. My mother has started with her sister a sort of side grift where she and her sister will go through this farmer's field and they steal potatoes. And sometimes they get extremely muddy. Sometimes they get stuck. And my mother sees no issue with this. She thinks it's all part of just, you know, the gears of society. Do you find, Steve, where does that land for you? Is that theft? Is that a gray area? What do you think?
Well, everything needs to be set up in the proper context, right? Relativity is important here. Now, if you are in Los Angeles, California, and your neighbor is growing potatoes and you're on his property, well, in America, you're probably going to get shot.
Yeah.
However, I foresee a more utopian society being what Pam's involved in, where if there's some muddy potatoes that no one's going to know go missing, have them. Otherwise, they're going to rot in the field.
I think if Brexit has taught us one thing, it's that love your neighbors. Trust your neighbors. The English attitude of we're all in this together. That's
I agree. Yeah. Now, I have been known to borrow lemons, and I take sage from my neighbors. If it's hanging over a fence, that's mine.
That's different. This is nowhere near my mother's property line.
You know what? I forage for mushrooms. Same thing.
So,
are you good at knowing what are mushrooms and what are toadstools?
Mom, he's better than finding truffles than a piglet.
Okay, Gareth.
What?
I've never been.
Actually, that's just reminded me. You know, when I'm in Los Angeles, I love to pick lemons and I love to pick oranges and avocados.
And one time my mother found a spoon on the street and took it home. And another time she found a head of lettuce in a bag and took it home to use it.
You know, but you know what, though? These are all wonderful lessons, I think, for our generation, the generations below. Waste not, what not. You know how much we waste? Like 50% of the food in America.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
It's really a problem.
Which is why I keep driving my mother to landfills for dinner. But she seems to have a line that she recognizes that I don't. We also go through pictures. Okay, go ahead, Mom.
Asparagus too. You forgot.
I told them you steal. Did I not mention that? She also.
No, I just heard about the potatoes. Now, how many are you yielding on a mission on a run?
Well, they're
called capers.
Capers,
which, by the way, go great with potatoes.
Yeah.
When it's the season, It's quite nice, because the farmer plows up the field and they take
He
what
does
they
a
want
lot of the work. Yeah, exactly.
and they leave them. But the asparagus, actually, we are pretty naughty there because we actually go into the field and pick it. There's 2 huge fields, and we just go in and just help
But
ourselves.
they take a lot. You guys
Good.
take a
Oh
lot.
yeah. Oh
Let me
yeah.
ask now, is anyone else in Stourbridge hip to this? Or are you and your friend just kind of like getting in while
It's
the
her
getting is
sister.
good? Or
Yeah.
sister, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like being married to a member of the mob. Like people in the family sort of know, but we all look the other way because we don't want to get whacked.
And what about the owners? Are they aware of this? Or
No
are they just
idea.
kind of like whatever?
If they no.
No, well, I think before it's going to be different this year, but I think what they do is they bring Europeans over to pick the asparagus because there's big coaches and they've got toilets
Can't
and
you just picture my mother and her sister pretending to be just these like Austrian tourists just coming over like, oh yes, we're here to pick some asparagus for the summer.
Deep
Yeah.
undercover.
Yeah. Oh gosh, oh what a plane ride. Oh, I'm so jet lagged.
Oh,
And then
man.
just loading the bags and then just running off. Hurry,
I'll tell you
Hillary,
what.
roll down the hill. We've got to hurry. Roll.
If I'm ever in Stourbridge, and God willing I am, because I'm no joke, ever since I've met Gareth, you can attest to this. I have really wanted to go there because
He's loved it.
I've been to London and I've been to all those places, but like to get a feel of what the UK is like, I want to go down there and
Yeah, you've got to get in the fields and steal some chopped
I want to get in there.
potatoes from a
What I'm
tractor.
saying is I would like to steal some potatoes with you one day.
Yep.
I love a potato. Little
Now-
butter,
no
little
worries,
salt.
Steve. Get
Yeah.
over here. Oh
Yeah, I'm in, sister.
Stephen, I tried to find a picture of you because we're going to move into the picture segment now, which is our last segment. And I tried to find a picture of you, and I couldn't find it for the life of me. It really pisses me off. And if I
Which
find it,
one?
I will show it. It's the one we were just talking about it recently when you unvegetarianed yourself.
Oh,
And since then, you've re-vegetarianed and re-unvegetarianed.
yeah.
But a picture of you when you were free of the constraints of vegetarianism and you were at my brother's Plowman's Orchard party and you are crushing sausage. Like,
No, it was filet mignon.
well, it was a lot of things. It was the things you were saying. Steve would be going like, I forgot how delicious prosciutto is, stuff like that. Like he would be like, and you just look over there and he basically eaten like a calf by the end of the day.
It's
But there's
true.
a
It's
picture
true.
of him where he's bigger, he's a little bigger, and it's such a pleasurable meat state where he's just like,
Just blissed out on beef.
big
And
orange shirt, yeah, and a meat coma.
I think it was a real small orange shirt on a very big
Well,
belly.
I believe it was an extra large, but it looked like it was put on a baby.
It looked like baby clothes. And that is actually where I first met Pam.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
You had a hat on that said something crude, remember?
What was
It
the
is.
hat?
Maybe we won't bring it up now.
No, we can bring it up.
Remember you had a word on your hat?
Bullshit?
Did I?
Fuck?
I don't want to get anyone in
Shit?
trouble.
Piss?
No,
Asshole?
I will not. No. Moving
Penis?
on.
Cock?
No, but that was what is the Plowman's Orchard? Because I actually don't even understand what it is.
Well, I mean, Mother, you're as a resident, I can take a stab, but I'm sure you can do it as well.
Well, a ploughman's is a lunch in England, and it's
Ooh.
cheese and
And so,
And
but the
bread.
plowman would be the guy working the plow in the field.
yes.
So
yes,
he would.
But when you go into a pub, usually on a pub lunch meal, when we can all go into pubs, which we can't anymore,
No.
there's usually a ploughman's lunch.
Yeah, you get
And-
cheese and meat and veg.
Sounds good.
Dave came up with the ploughman's orchard or ploughman's.
Well, I think
for
Nick wanted
things.
to name his December cottage version Plowman's Orchard.
Yes. Well,
But
Dave came up.
let's shift some gears to some pictures. Otherwise, we're not going to have time. So, Mum, do you have any
Sorry.
pictures?
Well, I've only got a few, and
Good,
they're
that's
of you.
great.
They're
That's
of
fine.
you. So wait
That's
a
fine.
minute.
Steve will love that.
Oh, I love it.
But we need to
But-
have a you-only episode next time, Mum, I think.
Okay. This one, what we're doing now, I think we're having another special guest next week. I know.
Good tease.
This one, wait a minute. Can you see that?
Yes.
Um,
So, Steve,
that-
this is me in 1961, right after I was born.
born. And look at this.
Stillborn, I should
Wait,
point
did you
out.
say in 1961?
Yep, that's you can see there, and they really gussied the crotch up right there. They really like to.
But
Wow.
Yeah,
But
I'm wearing.
what I think-
I'm in what they call the thong sleeper.
Look at the saucepans. Look at the saucepans.
Where am I
those
now?
are vintage.
I'm on the kitchen counter.
You're on the kitchen counter. Yeah. So I'm
Jeez.
washing up with you on the kitchen counter.
Look, you're just passed out. How old? You must be like 6 months there, right?
Mom?
I think younger than that, Steve,
Yeah,
I would
think
say.
Younger than that.
That's very.
Yeah.
You're
He
just
didn't
a cute
sleep,
little guy.
Steve. He
He
used to
didn't
get
sleep.
No, he used to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and he was done for the day. He was up for the day, and
Whoa.
so that would be him by the
Okay.
kitchen sink.
But that's
And-
before I started
that.
waking you up. That's really when I was a toddler. You could drop the pic,
Yeah.
Mom. That's really when I was a toddler,
Okay.
though, right? Like I would wait. What was the earliest I
Adorable.
would wake you up at, Mom?
What? And when you got older,
Yes.
or
when
as
I
a
was child.
baby?
As a child, not
No,
as a baby, as a child.
I think 4 o'clock. 4,
Yeah.
4:30.
I would get up about 4, 3:45. Yeah, look, I was a plowman at the time, and you got to get up early to till the fields.
That's true. That's true.
Um,
That's true. You started early in Starbridge.
But I used to stand at the bottom of the stairs, and I used to scream to my mother that it was time to wake up at like 4:30. And I would sit in front of the TV and I would wait for Nickelodeon to start. I would be up before Nickelodeon started, and I would watch Nickelodeon.
And somebody said they thought it was a good idea if I put some cereal and some milk so that he would have that in the morning before he'd eat that, and then he'd start calling up, do you know it's 4:30? Where are you?
Time is money, babe. Time is money. All right, Mom, show another picture then. Let's have another one.
Okay, this one I think is rather funny. Well, these aren't very
Can
good
I
for-
ask you, Mom, now that we've brought in a new character to the show, do you like this dynamic?
I do. Well, it reminds me. Do you remember when we used to have all those parties at Cedarburg Road?
I do.
And we'd always have a special guest.
Yes, we would have a special guest. Yes,
We'd
Steve is
always
the special
special
guest.
We used to have great big parties because we had quite a big garden, and we'd always have a special guest. So you would have been perfect.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
if we ever get back to that house and do those.
Yeah.
You know what? I hate the sidebar, but there's a rare opportunity. One quick question. When did Gareth lose his accent?
Gareth.
Good question, isn't it?
Yes, he never really had.
Oh,
English.
really?
I think perhaps when he was little.
I
because he was-
did when I think until I started going to school. I had no other frame of reference than English people. So I think when I
Yeah.
was like 3, 4-ish, I would talk with an accent. My brother recorded me when I was probably 5 or so, and I have a pretty thickish accent for me. Not thick accent, but I'm like very like, because he's gone to this other place. Like I am talking like that.
Yeah.
And then I think it just slowly Wisconsined out of me. It just-
Right.
the
Those
iron
are
of
those are two
Wisconsin.
extremes.
Yes, got rid of the English wrinkles. Yes.
And when he went to England, because we went quite a lot and stayed for quite a while, and I think he sounded English.
Oh
then
yeah,
as
I'd
well.
come back and I'd go to school. I'd be like, "Oh man, that's wicked. That's ice. That is. That's wicked ice. That is. That's wicked ice." I'd be like back in 2nd grade, be like, "Oh man, that's ice. So you don't say ice. So you should try saying ice. It's wicked." And then I remember when they say peeing is called slashing, so I'd be like, "Oh mate, I've got to have a slash." People be like, "Oh what?" I'd be like, "Oh, a slash. Sorry. Ooh, can't adjust. Ooh, I'm a bit of a Madonna. Ooh."
My
All right, Mum,
sister
hold
always-
on. Okay, go on, Mum.
My sister used to say it was really funny because he'd get to England all jet lagged, and as a little boy, and he'd run. There was a sweet shop that he loved. It was on Drew
good
Road,
This story.
and he'd run. The minute he got there, he'd run to Drew Road,
Jeez.
tripping over his shoelaces to get to the sweet shop.
I can't tell you how every year
Oh,
this tale gains in detail of the rabid addiction I had to Maltesers. It's gone from he'd really like Maltesers, and he'd go to the Drew Road shop he would run. He would break both his legs trying to run there, and he'd drag himself to just have one taste of a Cadbury.
There was a
egg.
trail of smoke behind him. Tell you what, I don't find that hard to believe at all.
Oh,
No.
stop it now.
You'd like Drew Road,
Oh,
Steve.
I know I would.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
would.
You would. You'd
He would
love
like
it.
the Plowman's Orchard one. Okay, what do we have here?
Ooh.
It's like, well, this is a family picture. I think even your father's on there. Wait a minute. Look at my dad's head. Can you see? Is it a bad?
Hold on. I'm going to see if I can get you. Okay, you're full screen now, Mom. So there we go. We can see. Go
Can you
ahead.
see
Yeah,
it?
you're good. Yeah, hold it up.
Okay.
All right, so that's a big family dinner. And who are you? Are
Well,
you that
yeah.
one at the end there? Yeah, push it on you there. Push the whole
I'm-
picture closer. Now up a little bit. Over.
I'm the one in the black and white check dress with a cigarette.
Yes, I can move over a little. The other. There you go. That's my mother right there. I don't know if you can see,
I
Steve.
can barely. It's hard for me to see, to be honest. But
Yeah, wait a
Okay.
minute, look.
I see
there.
it. I see you.
That,
And Dad has a handlebar mustache.
Yeah, and that's Gareth's grandfather on. But look at his hair.
Yeah,
He looks like
Grandpa
a
had the
beetle.
weirdest. So many pictures. I look at my grandfather, and he looks like Timothy Leary. He's just like in corduroy brown suits, and he's just got that hair. He's nothing. He would not be anything like him. But, all right, Mom, show another one then. Go on then.
Okay. All right, this one's of Uncle Nigel.
Okay, Uncle Nigel's a legend on this show, Stephen.
oh,
You have to listen next week.
All right, Mom. Good.
is that like a little drum he's holding?
I don't know what he's holding. Hold it up again, Mom. Hold it up, Mom.
I don't know what it is. I can't even see. No, it's not a drum. I was thinking it was a bowl of food for Nigel, but it is.
No, I think what he's holding there is one of those Quality Street, or like not Quality Street, but a chocolate box.
One of those tins.
Yes.
Let me see.
Let me see.
Oh, I think it could be.
I think that's
Yeah.
what it is. It's the annual
Yeah.
handing around of the
Ooh,
chocolates.
Steve, you'd like Quality Street.
I would absolutely like it.
Why would you like
they-
Quality Street, Mom?
Pardon?
What are you trying to say?
It's full of chocolate. Oh, it's beautiful.
And
We'll
you
share.
think you think Steve has some sort of
Yeah.
addiction to chocolate? What are you
Who
trying to say?
doesn't like chocolate?
Who doesn't like it? That's
Mom,
Right,
exactly-
can I tell you a story about Steve very quickly, Mom?
Oh boy.
So
Yeah.
when Steve was a child,
Oh boy.
Steve
How
was,
is this germane to the conversation?
yeah, enough about Europe. Stephen was a bigger child, right, Stephen? You felt like two kids smushed together. Is that
I was
fair?
big. Never told you that. That's your interpretation.
But so he's
Rude.
he was a bigger child.
You have
And
to be
Oh.
men's.
yes, that's right, to be Mr. Big. And so he's at a school function, and there's all this pizza at a school function. And Steve, my man, bigger child, loves pizza, obviously.
Loves
the Venn
it.
diagram there is strong. And as he's putting away slice after slice, his gym teacher comes over. And what does he say to you, Steve?
Don't make me say it. You
Come
know.
on.
I think you know it is. I'm not.
on.
I'm not telling
Come
the
on,
story.
what does he
here.
say to you?
Haven't you had enough, Steve? But he yelled it really loud in front of all
But
my
embarrassed
friends.
everyone, so that he stopped eating pizza.
Oh.
And
Yeah,
then
it was. He shamed me in front of all my friends.
And then I've
Oh.
continued that
Yeah.
shame over the years. But
And
I would
Gareth likes to
that
bring it
in-
up nearly every time we hang out, which
and
is
in
awesome.
improv shows. I would bring it up in improv shows.
Oh yeah.
And I
He'll
also-
have nothing to do with anything. He'll figure out a way to wedge it into any
Thank
conversation.
you. That's a huge compliment. Steve also would wear these Western shirts that had the buttons, the snap buttons. You know what I'm talking about,
I'm
Mom?
wearing one right now.
Yeah, he would wear those. And I would, during a scene on stage, I would just rip open his button snaps and just make it sort of, I would justify it in the scene, like he was wearing a wire or he was at a pool
You
or
justify
something.
like, hey, oh yeah, I mean, and it was usually wearing a wire. You always thought I was an informant at every scene, man.
Oh, shit.
Why am I friends with him, Pam?
Steve, you are a wonderful friend.
Thank you. You're a wonderful mother. We're both
Yes.
very patient people,
We're
obviously.
both very good. Aren't
I don't
we?
like the
I
turn.
think so.
I don't like the turn this is taking. All right, Mom. Let's do one more or two more real quick, Mom.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me see. Well, let me get some good ones.
Okay.
Oh, well, no, I won't do the one a day. Wait a minute. Oh, here we are. Look, Steve will like this one. Now he'll be able to get you back.
Now he's
Oh.
becoming the classic Gareth that we all know and love.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
That is a kid who has got ulterior motives from what is ever
Yeah,
going
and
on.
Steve, I bet he had a bit of pizza there.
all right, why don't you relax over
he
this?
did too, Pam.
I want to show you this one, Steve. My mother has seen this one, but I'm trying to get it so that I can just show you the original and then give you a zoom in.
Please.
Okay, here's the original. This is my cousin and I sitting on a bench.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yes.
That's
Now,
great.
Look at me.
Look at you. Just
We look like a silent film duo, but
Funny.
Wait,
I did.
Go in closer.
I made the mistake of going in closer. And here's what you'll notice. First of all, there's the bowl, empty. Second of all, look at that triangle leg.
Yes.
Look at that thigh. Like you would buy that at a butcher shop.
I think your diapers are popping out
And
too.
then the third is if you look, I have camel diaper toe.
Yeah, you did.
Right wedge. That's what Trump goes through when he golfs. But you can see that I've got my little thong diaper wedge.
And are they those same shoes again?
And I only had we have also discovered on the show that I had probably one pair of shoes from 0 to like 6 or 7. Somehow
you can squeeze into them.
Yeah, I was
now
being
obviously it's impossible to know, but if I had to bet, I would bet there were some malted teasers in that bowl.
Well, you don't even know the name. It's Maltesers, not multi-teasers. And this is before I would run to the Drew Road shops, which, by the way, is also just an embellishment.
No, it isn't. You tripped on those shoelaces.
One time I tripped. Here I am.
Oh, taking a little nap in the shade.
He's had too much to eat again.
Yeah, he's passed out from gorging himself.
Yeah,
that's what that teacher was trying to save Steve from. He was like, if he has one more slice, he's going to pizza coma.
You don't want to be like that.
All right.
Oh.
One more then, Mom. Go on.
One more. Okay. Well, this is another one of you.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, hair flowing.
Yes. Look.
By the prairie side with a little doggy.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a Dalmatian.
That's
a Doberman, sorry.
That's a Doberman.
I know.
Yeah, that's a Doberman.
What is Gareth like 3 there?
I would say he's 3. Yes, that's a very good guess, Steve. I would say
Good
he's
work,
3.
Steve.
Thank you.
Yeah. Nice job.
You dressed him very well too.
I did, didn't I? Well, just one more,
very
Steve.
Cute.
I kept it on the...
Oh my God. That's brand new.
Well, to be fair, that elephant and I had been hanging out for a while. So
which one's Gareth?
Oh, Mom.
The one on the left. I can't believe how red he is.
Oh God.
No, that's a brand new little baby, right? That's like, is that like 2 months?
Yeah, probably 2 or 3 months. Yes, you're really good at babies.
Thank you. I'm very good at baby ages.
You are. Guess the age. You're very good.
Steve used to cut them open and just count the rings.
Gareth.
What?
I've done no such thing. You know I'm squeamish.
I
let other people do it for me.
Yeah. Well, good work there, Mummy.
Oh, that was lovely. And
this is a real fun situation, you guys. I love memory lane. I love to learn more about Gareth.
That's what we do here.
Yeah,
that's what we do.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. Yeah,
well, maybe we can bring you back for another. Oh, here we go.
Just one more of my dad. Look at my dad.
Oh, that's a great picture.
Look at him.
That's a great picture.
Is he honestly
wearing clothes?
He is not wearing clothes, but that's okay. Yeah. No, he looks. He looks like someone just dumped a bucket of water on his head.
Yes, he does, doesn't he? Yes. Yeah.
He looks like he's down on his luck.
Isn't it funny? Anyway, those are the photos.
Mother, imparting words, anything to say to Steve before we go?
Well, Steve, it's been absolutely lovely to see you, and I hope you're happy wherever you are. And
I am.
He's in space. You can see by the background.
Yeah, I'm living in outer space now. Always wanted to.
That's where
but I have to say, it was fantastic seeing you. You look fantastic, and you know what? I have a feeling we're going to be lunching again before we know it.
We will. Yes. We'll go to the lovely restaurant and have that same. And it's my treat because you treat the last time.
When you're in my town, sister, I'm paying. When I come to Starboard, you can take me to that Robert Plant pub and maybe some laser tag.
We'll track him down. We'll find him.
And I bet I can run faster than Garrett to the multi teaser shop.
Yeah, you won't trip on your laces.
Steve,
no, we're Velcro.
Can we take a minute to just marvel at the direction of photography my mother's given? How she slowly Phantom of the Opera's her own face. When she's doing these, by the end, you're just going, oh, Steve, it was lovely. Absolutely smashing. We must do it again. Yes, please. Good, good, good. All right. That's the end of this thing now. I'm still in frame, yes? Steve, anything you want to promote? I know we all know that you're a big Hollywood star. Movies are in his future, Mother. I don't know if you've heard about this.
What are you doing? Steve, what are you doing movies?
Not many. It's been a slow year for me because of the pandemic, probably. But I am heading to Palm Springs tomorrow to go work on a film.
Oh, how lovely!
I'm gonna go sit. I'm gonna just for a very small part. I'm gonna be sitting in a hotel for 7 days to probably work one day, and it's a weird
I
situation.
hope you get paid. Hope you get paid tons of money.
I mean, it's not tons, but it's enough. It's enough to make it worthwhile.
There we go.
Good.
All right.
Oh.
And Mom, you're not in any films coming up, are you?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
This is the highlight of my filming.
Okay, good.
Well, you're killing it. You're killing it.
All right.
It's
Until
so
next
good
time,
to see you.
Stephen,
It's-
thank you kindly. Pam, always a
Absolutely.
pleasure.